Hello, welcome back. Today I'm here to show you some of my favorite illustrated books from my collection. These books are not necessarily for illustrators like me. If you are someone who enjoys looking at beautiful art, then these books are for you too. I think everyone should have some illustrated books in their bookshelves. Sometimes we make the mistake of thinking that books with illustrations in them are books for children. But first of all, that's not always the case. And secondly, most children books are actually amazing, and I think that they are enjoyable for adults as well. For their illustrations, yes, but also for their stories most of the time. So hopefully today I can recommend some great titles for you to add to your list. Before starting, most of my titles are in Italian, so I'm going to write the English titles on the screen somewhere because I don't remember all of them, so I'm just going to look for them when I'm editing the video, and I'm going to write them on the screen so that you can look for the books yourself and that you can buy them if you want. So let's get started. I'm starting with some spooky books because it's autumn, and I find myself reaching for these books more and more these days to find inspiration because I'm all about spooky vibes in my illustrations during the autumnal months. So the first book that I have selected is this one, Mary, the Girl Who Created Frankenstein. That's a translation from my Italian title. Again, I'm going to write it on the screen somewhere. It's written by Linda Bailey and illustrated by Julia Sardà, which is one of my favorite illustrators ever. She's absolutely amazing, as you can already tell from this book cover. Let me show you some of the internal pages. This is literally the story of Mary Shelley. It's beautifully narrated and the illustrations are just fantastic. I love the color that she uses, and her compositions are amazing. I always take inspiration from Julia Sardà's illustrations. Let me show you my favorite illustration in the book. Just look at the composition of this illustration. I absolutely love it, and I can only dream to be as good as Julia Sardà with compositions. The back is also great. The second book that I want to recommend is an illustrated version of Carmilla by Le Fanu. I don't know how to pronounce French names, even though I took a French class. I'm terrible with pronunciation, so forgive me. This is the Italian edition. I don't think that there's an English edition right now on the market. This was bought from the original French edition, which I believe is actually out of production. So I think right now you can only find this book in Italian, but it's totally worth it, even if you don't read in Italian, if you don't know Italian. Just for the illustration, it's totally worth it to own this book. The illustrations are by Isabella Mazzanti, which is, again, one of my favorite illustrators ever. Let me show you her work. I think you've seen these all over Pinterest. They are absolutely iconic, and I see them everywhere all the time. I've been looking for the French version of this book for a long time, but it was out of production. So when they announced that they were going to make it in Italian, I literally screamed. The illustrations speak for themselves. They are absolutely amazing. Let me show you a couple more. I think she interpreted this story perfectly, and the gothic and spooky vibes are unmatched. These little red strings that you see here, I think they are veins, and they are the only color in the book, so it's all in black and white with these red details. I think this is a masterpiece. So even if you don't read in Italian or French, I highly recommend getting this book. The third book is the story of Marie Antoinette, illustrated by Loputin. She's an amazing illustrator too. I don't know if there's an English version of this book. I'll let you know if there is. I'll write it somewhere. But again, even if you don't read Italian, I don't want to say that the story is not important, but it's actually worth it to own this book just for the illustrations as well. Let me show you the internals. I mean, again, another very, very talented illustrator. This one is my favorite. I would like frame it and put it on my bed. If you don't know Loputin, look for her on Instagram and follow her right now because she posts a lot of her stuff, and as you can see, she's very talented. If you can hear little sounds, it's my dog. He can't find a spot. I think I found it. The third book is illustrated by Benjamin Lacombe. This one also has spooky vibes. It's about Japanese spirits. This illustrator is super iconic. He illustrates fairy tales and myths and legends with his own personal kind of spooky take, and I really like his work as well. If you don't know him, again, follow him on social media or just look for his work online because he's an amazing painter. These illustrations are actually hand painted. They are not digital illustrations. I believe that they are refined digitally, but they are all paintings. I'm looking for a full illustration. Here it is. I really like his use of color. This is the one that's on the book cover. I would frame this one and hang it as well. His colors, his lightings, everything is perfect. This book is very interesting to read as well. Now I want to show you 3 art books. 2 are from animated series and movies, and one is from an artist that I really admire. You probably already know her. She's Eikala. She's very Instagram famous, and she deserves all the fame because she's amazing. This one is the old version of her art book. I believe that she's releasing a new version soon, which I'm also probably going to get. I really like this art book. It's very pleasurable to read as well. She talks of her artistic journey, of her influences, and my favorite part is the middle part of this book where there are pages from her sketchbook, and the paper is different from the rest of the book as well. Let me show you. There are full spreads of her sketches, which is always great to see, especially from very famous artists. I really like to see their private drawings, their less refined drawings. I would really love to take a pic in all of the sketchbooks by the illustrators that I like, and this really feels like taking a look into a private journal or something like that. So I really like the way that this book was made, and of course there are also her illustrations inside the book as well. Let me show you some more. I really like the peaceful vibes that her artworks convey. I just wish I could immerse myself into her paintings and live there forever. I actually own these art prints by Eikala. I got it from her shop, and her art prints are also very high quality, so if you were thinking of getting an art print by her, definitely do that. So this is it. Then we have what is probably my most valuable illustrated book. I'm going to sleep with my windows closed tonight because every time I show this to someone, they want to steal it from me. Some people have actually offered to buy it from me. I will never sell this book. It's currently out of production, and it's the Over the Garden Wall art book. I'll never sell it. It has no price for me. I absolutely love Over the Garden Wall, and this book is so well made. It's super high quality, and I always reach out for it for inspiration for character design mostly. Over the Garden Wall is such a masterpiece, and if you haven't watched it, I'm jealous of you. And go watch it right now, especially now that it's fall. It's perfect. For now, I'm still waiting for the air to get to the right amount of crispiness before rewatching Over the Garden Wall. It's an autumnal tradition. This book is divided in episodes, so you can find all of these scripts, all of the background illustrations for each episode. I want to show you my favorite part, which is the character design. Oh, there it was. I think there is a character design part in all of the chapters of the book, so for all of the episodes. I really like looking at unreleased art of animated movies or series that I enjoy, so I really love art books. In here you can find sketches, you can find background designs, and you can also find storyboards. And this one is also very enjoyable to read as well. They talk about the inspiration behind the series and all of their influences, all of the difficulties that they encountered while working on the series. So yeah, I'll cherish this forever, and I'll sleep with my window closed tonight. Then we have another art book, which is actually a book that I bought a couple of weeks ago in Ireland. I visited the city of Kilkenny, which is actually where this movie, The Wolfwalkers, is set. If you haven't watched the trilogy of The Book of Kells, The Song of the Sea, and The Wolfwalkers, again, I'm jealous of you, and go watch them right now. They are these amazing animated movies on Irish legends and stories. All three of them are amazing stories, and they have very, very beautiful illustrations and characters, and they are probably some of my favorite movies ever. So this is the art book for the third movie of the series, Wolfwalkers. This is the city of Kilkenny, which I recently visited and where I got the book. I had no idea that Kilkenny was actually the city where this animation studio operates. It's amazing to see that an animation studio that is in this very small town actually produces these beautiful movies. They are acclaimed worldwide. So it was very nice for me to learn the story of this studio. And there are very beautiful murals of Wolfwalkers all over the city, which is amazing, and I was very excited to see them. I had no idea before visiting the city that we were going to find that, and I'm such a big fan of this movie, so it was a very pleasant surprise for me. I'm going to show you some character designs inside this book. Here they are. Nothing against animated movies made with 3D apps and programs, but this is such a breath of fresh air to see these movies they use traditional animation techniques. One of my favorite character designs ever. She's so cute. And this art style is just so cool. I wish I could draw like this. I wish I invented this movie. Let me show you some backgrounds too. I hope you can see them. I hope I can get the art book for the Song of the Sea soon too. And I don't know if they made an art book for the Book of Kells yet. I actually wanted to get that one. If I had had the choice, I would have probably gotten the Book of Kells art book, but I couldn't find it, so I have to see if that one exists. Another illustrator that always inspires me is Amélie Fléché. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing her name. but she's this French illustrator. I actually got the pleasure to meet her this year at the Bologna Children Book Fair. I'm going to show you the drawing that she made for me in a second. I own all of her books, but this one is my favorite. The Little Red Wolf. It's a retelling of the Little Red Riding Hood, as you can probably tell, where the villains are actually humans. Look at this. I really love her coloring style. She's also a background designer. I believe that she worked for Disney. I really love this watercolor style of coloring. I don't know if this is actually watercolor or if she made this digitally, but I really like the coloring style. And this character here, she's amazing. This is where the human turns evil, and this illustration is just perfect. I recommend any book by this illustrator, Amélie Fléché. So if you can find any, just get them because they are so beautiful. This is the drawing that she made for me this year at the Bologna Children Book Fair. It's super cute. And this is actually the drawing that Jonathan Garnier, I don't know how to pronounce his name either, who is the author of the book and the series, made. And he's actually also very talented. So these were my recommendations for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!